Right, I just wanted to do a little bit of more of a detailed video on these battery BMS jobs. So this is the original battery that I've got here, and then this is the little board that I'll be using to reset the battery count and the battery health. So these are pretty cool. There's no extra computers needed. You just buy this board and then boot the phone up normally, and then you can see what the battery health is. I believe at the moment this one's 84%. I'm doing a bit of a refurbishment on it, so I don't usually change them at 84%, but I decided that I might as well in this case. This is the replacement battery that I'll be using. So these come like this with some extra pieces. And they come without BMSs. So you've just got these two tabs here to weld onto. And this is most definitely, I reckon, the best way to replace a battery. So we're just going to settings. We'll see that the battery has got no warning messages. No warning messages are popping up. My light's not the best. And the capacity is at 84%. So we'll get that turned off. Take the battery out. We'll just put this other battery to one side for a minute. We'll just disconnect this battery. And then we've got to bring in the cable, which has got the right adapter on it. Connect that. And then we have to connect it to the data guidance. So we'll connect that first, and then connect the battery to the correct corresponding part, which is 11. And there should be a little green light. There we go. So that's connected. The phone will turn on now, but I just like to I like to plug them in because it's just better. But that would have turned on if I just would have pressed the power button with no problem. So this is going to turn the phone on and put it into a mode where it says battery warning message. So we'll just wait for that to load. And then hopefully now it should pop up and say battery warning message. The little number 1 there should change to number 2. It has worked because we can see the batteries are 100%, where we know it isn't because it was just on like 2% before. So I know for a fact that that has already. There we go, battery warning message, important battery warning message. So okay, that. We'll just see it in here anyway. It says unknown part. And the maximum capacity is showing nothing. So what we do is we just turn the phone off now. Like this. And then slide to turn off. And then all we basically do is, I'll just unplug it. We've just got to move this cable from that port to this one, which is data modification. Then we turn the phone back on again. And then we let that load. The screen is next on this. I've got to replace the screen because it's quite badly damaged. But I thought I'd get the battery done first. I've actually replaced the back on this phone as well. Had the back all redone, so that was smashed. That's all nice and new now. So now it shouldn't say battery warning message. And there we go, it says 4% battery charge. We've got no extra things there, so it has worked instantly this time. There's no warning messages there, and it says 100% on the maximum capacity. So there's no like tag on flexes or you need to do this extra thing. All I need to do now is remove the BMS from this battery and then weld it onto the other battery, which I'm going to do next, because now I'm happy that that BMS is now ready for the new battery. We might as well get it done now. I'll continue recording and do that, just so you can see the actual work required to do so. I'll just turn the phone off, disconnect all the leads. So what we've got to do is we've got to get this battery, I'm going to take the BMS off. So you unravel all the sticky tape off it. Be careful not to rip any flexes. And then everyone else has got ceramic scissors. I'm a fan of, I like to use my hands and tools, so I'm just going to very carefully just cut across that, and that cuts that side off. Turn the battery the other way around, so I'm always cutting away from the other side of the battery so it doesn't short anything out. Now one of these is aluminium, so it's really easy to slice, and the other one is nickel, so it's a bit harder to slice. So once we've got the old battery off, you then bring in the new replacement battery, and we take all the bits of tape off. Now these have already welded on, so these two strips of metal here are already nickel. So one of these tabs that goes into the battery is aluminium, but they've already welded on the extra nickel to it, which is quite handy, because it's easier to weld nickel than it is to weld aluminium, even though I can do it if it needs to. I had no problems before doing it, and then I think some people did have some problems, and then yeah. So what we need to do is turn this battery over the other way, turn the BMS. So what we want to do is, once that's connected there, that then gets turned around like so. So you need enough room on that to do that. I'm just going to neaten up this BMS a little bit. I can get my cutters on those, just to snip it a little bit neater. It's a bit safer to do without any battery on it. There we go. And we've also got to get the battery welder. Now I've got a bit of a beast, which is far too powerful, so I have to have the settings on very low. I'm just going to set it to, it's on 7 joules, it's a bit high. I'm going to go down to 5. So I've got 5 joules. We'll line this up nicely. Sometimes I like to put a piece of something underneath here so it doesn't weld itself to the table. So we need enough room to fold that underneath, so something like that. Go a bit closer. And then weld it together like so. Lovely jubbly, give it a few more goes. Super. I'm going to go up to just 6 joules. Should be plenty. This is a 17-volt battery, or even it's a 5S LiPo battery, and it's 50 amp hours, so it's a very big battery that's on my spot welder. So I think that's done. That's connected very well. I could even bend these back over, and I could just weld them a bit more. I'm going to go up to 7 joules now, actually, because the metals, the nickel that's there is a bit thicker. Just need to flatten that down. There we go. Put some sticky on it. There's this and this that come with it. This is the original. In fact, I will put this original piece back on. I do like it. So that's got to go. This just protects the battery from the BMS. But that originally went over that like so. And then it folds into place. Then everything's almost covered. Just need to make sure these bottom 2 tabs are covered, and I think that's what this one's for. We could even place this on. Again, that protects the top of the BMS. And then now we can cover this. Fold it over. That goes down there. And that goes down there. Lovely. You can almost pass that as a factory job. Almost. And then we connect the new battery into the phone just to make sure it's all okay and working. Power it up. Turn my spot welder off. These boot quite quick, these iPhone 11s do. I'm afraid we was rudely interrupted then by a phone full of storage message. Sorry about that. So we're on now. New battery fitted. The capacity is out to 100%. That's fantastic. The actual charge of this new replacement battery is at 70%. 78% even. So everything's good with that. I'm going to get the screen replaced and then everything will be honky-dory. Thanks very much. And I've been busy. Ugh. Right then, love you all and goodbye.